Because if you make physical contact with me, then this will change significantly. And I don't think you want to go down that road, man. I'm just going to be honest.
The fact that you're hiding your identity is also kind of a red flag.
And this is one of the areas they're most concerned about because they have all the vehicles there. So it is a pretty restricted access area, but you're right, the open fence kind of makes it...
Well, yeah. When other men walk up to you and demand explanations for their own individual behavior, do you just immediately kowtow?
It's not you, it's the kind of thing where they just don't want people here.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this is mine. I own it.
You don't.
I do.
It's STA property.
Yeah, I own it. Hey everyone, I am free. It is July 24th, 2026, and I'm in the city of Spokane here in Spokane County in the Communist Empire of Washington State. Heading on over to the Spokane Transit Authority to look into Records Act violations, and boy oh boy are there some, as well as alleged maintenance issues with some of their vehicles. If you like my journalism, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that all notifications bell so you can get my stories right in the release. You can follow me on X at I.A.M. Free Auditing, on Facebook at Inland Auditing Media. And if you want to help keep my feet on the streets, you know what to do. You can go to the links in the description for Cash App and Venmo. Thanks for watching and supporting my journalism. I'll see you over there in just a moment. Hello.
Hello.
Looking to inspect your procedures manual and your index.
How are you now?
I am.
Did they have a point of contact for you to consult, or...?
No, you just come to the main office.
Just come to the main office?
Yep.
And they didn't tell you who to contact, huh?
No.
Well, no one's actually here right now except us.
Ah.
Now, and no one told me about you coming along. Is this something that can be rescheduled, or...?
Oh, yeah, you don't schedule. It's supposed to be prominently displayed, so I'm assuming this is the main area?
This is one of them for the Boone site, but what was it again you called it?
Well, this is the administrative office, right?
Yeah, this is like the human resources, you see COs and stuff.
Yep.
So I imagine this would be, but you, so what was it called again?
Looking to inspect the procedures manual.
The procedures manual.
Yep. And the index.
And index. Huh?
Yep. Hello.
Hi there.
I am looking to inspect, pretty please, your published procedures manual, which I was assuming was going to be out here because it has to be prominently displayed in the central office, and the records index.
For
Public records.
For public records. So
Yep.
you want to see our public records policy?
Well, the procedures manual. The policy is basically like part of the procedures manual. It's like the rules of procedure, basically. That's subsection C is subsection 1 of 425640. But there's 5 other things that are supposed to be in the procedures manual that assist a member of the public in making a public records request.
Right. I'm guessing Carrie, who heads up our public records, she's located at the plaza, and I'm guessing it's probably located there. Can I give you her number? You can call her.
Well, let me clarify because let me clarify my question because that very well may aid me. My understanding is that this is the central office for the administration of this PBTA. Is that correct?
It is. I assume it is. To be honest, I don't know because we are very scattered right now. But Carrie's been at the plaza.
I guess, what's the
quite a while.
headquarters, if you were going to say? Is it this? Or?
Most likely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I came here, because that was my understanding too,
Sure.
and it's supposed to be prominently displayed to the public. My understanding, this is just the lobby, so this is where the public would come.
Usually.
And I didn't see it, which was why I was trying to figure out where it's at.
Let me have you talk with Carrie, just because this is her, this is what she heads up. This is her. Let me see if her card's here. Probably not. Yeah, because she's
Good
not.
luck.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah. I'm not certain if she's in today, to be honest. But you're welcome to email or call.
Gotcha. So is it fair to say there's not one that's prominently displayed for me to inspect now?
No, not that I know of. Carrie would be the ultimate.
And same thing with the
authority.
index?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, is what it is. So,
yeah.
Okay.
But she's usually, I think, 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. I'm just not certain if she's here.
And to clarify, this is the central office for the PBTA.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, that I know of.
Thank you for your time and clarification.
Thank you.
Have a good day. that they don't have that at the central office, and that the public records officer, even if she's choosing to be down at the plaza, is not making those things readily available here. What's up?
This is one of the areas they don't want people in. Because it's like there's the potential for vandalism or things. I know you're not going to do it, but that's why they don't want people in this area.
Well, it's not restricted access.
It's kind of in the middle where see how it's got barbed wire and fence and all that.
Yeah. Well, I didn't walk in through the barbed wire
I know
fence.
you didn't, but that's basically an indication that they don't want people in this area. And again, it's not you. It's the kind of thing where they just don't want people here.
Yeah, I mean, I could appreciate what you're saying, but if a fence were the indication, then any park, like a public park that has a fence, would be an indication that you can't go to the park. I mean, I'm not trying to smash you.
I understand, but I mean,
it just doesn't make any sense to me.
I get that too. I really do.
Yeah.
It's also one of those deals where they do kind of consider this area kind of a trespassing thing. Because, I mean, and again, not you, because of like incidents of homelessness or graffiti or basically those areas.
Yeah.
And this is one of the areas they're most concerned about because they have all the vehicles there. So it is a pretty restricted access area, but you're right, the open fence kind of makes it.
Well, yeah, and also I don't know if you saw the sign, but it said, maintenance vehicles only.
Yeah,
and,
they should really post better signage.
Yeah, because for me, I mean, I'm not an Autobot or a Decepticon.
Yeah.
So no robots in disguise.
And I don't believe that about you at all, but this is an area they would like you to leave.
Yeah, I just got to finish my work in here, and when I'm done with that, I'm good.
And I'm just curious, what work is that?
Well, actually, I'm getting some photo video about the maintenance condition of the vehicles here.
Okay, and you're just doing that on your own, huh?
Yeah.
Just for fun?
Well, I mean, I do like my job, but I mean...
I know, but I mean, this is an interesting hobby, I would admit.
It's not a hobby. I definitely get paid well for it.
Really? Mm-hmm. Interesting. Is there an organization associated with that?
Well, there is, yeah. I mean, if you got a business card, I'd be happy to email you when I'm done. I just don't share the organization I'm with while I'm still working on things, because sometimes I can bias how people consider what I'm doing.
And I understand that. I really do. It just makes it a little bit easier to figure out what's going on. Because, I mean, this is very new to me, so
Sure.
I'm trying there. But, I mean, it's also the kind of thing where I understand what the work is, but I'm just not sure if it's the kind of work that we're comfortable. I mean, you understand what I'm talking about, access and authorities and all that stuff. And so I don't know exactly what this is. So it's the kind of thing where they're going to be a little bit more, we don't know what this is.
Yeah, it's all authorized. I mean, the authorization I got's well beyond the public transportation benefit area.
Where's the authorization then?
It's the number 1 authorization.
Which is?
If you look in the Bill of Rights, the first one that's there.
The assembly one, the
Press.
So the press. There's also a property thing in there too.
Not in the Bill of Rights. As you're probably thinking about like Washington state statutes, laws, that kind of stuff. Yeah, if you look in RCW 9A 52, 70, 80, and 90, Section 70 talks about trespassing within a building. Section 80 talks about trespass outside of a building. And then Section 90 talks about criminal defenses against trespass. And so there's nothing that would restrict access to this. For me, it's just, it's open to the public. Anybody can come in here.
Unless it's considered private property.
Oh no, a PTBA, if you look in RCW 36.57A, is a public transportation benefit area. So it's got a board of directors that are,
So basically,
it's public. It's just like City Hall.
Okay, cool. I'm going to reach out to some more people to figure out how to handle this. And I appreciate your being understanding about this.
Oh yeah, no problem.
It's a very interesting scenario, I'll admit.
Yeah, look, and I'm sure you're security. I'm guessing you've probably done this for a while.
Yeah.
You've probably come to the determination I'm not some master villain or something. Looking.
Oh, I'm not, but I mean, you know how it is with the world today. I mean,
Yeah.
anyone with a camera can be a concern. And again, I don't know anything about you except your first name. And that makes it a little bit more.
Yeah, well, I can tell you I got here. I Halo jumped in today, so
jumped at 40,000.
Yeah.
Did a low opening.
Or yeah, right at the time when no one's here.
Yeah, so did a halo jump, and then yeah, I'm just working on a story. So
Okay, then cool. I mean, appreciate it. I'm gonna radio my guys and see if we can figure that, because I mean, I've gotten a couple of calls already about someone in a mask.
Oh, okay.
And that's we've had a little unsettling situations.
yeah, and I want to dispel any concerns. Like, this isn't one of those X-Men masks that comes with superpowers or anything.
No, I know
and
that.
this is a regular camera. So there's like no flamethrowers.
No, I know that. I know
and-
that. It's just that I understand what you're saying. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna radio my guys and see what's going on.
No problem, man. I'll just be back here taking photo and video, and I promise not to grab one of the trucks and run away with it.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
You bet, man. I appreciate you being calm and cool and
I appreciate you
reasonable.
doing the same thing. I mean, this is different.
Yeah, no sweat, man.
What's going on, man?
I don't know.
I mean, you're the one here. I mean, he's filming.
Oh yeah, just working.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So,
Just
so you're in a private parking lot. So let's just establish that. This is an STA employee parking lot. How can I help you?
I don't need help.
Okay. So is there a reason you're trespassing?
I'm not trespassing.
This is private property, brother. You are.
Do you know what a PBTA is?
No.
It's a public benefit transportation area. So if you look in the RCWs,
Oh, sure.
you look in the RCWs and RCW 36.57A, it basically defines what a PBTA is, which is what Spokane Transit Authority is. They've got a public board of directors. It's a public district, or well, benefit area. It's completely public. This couldn't get any more public than the park over there. Completely public.
Good.
No restriction on access. This is a public agency. It's not a private agency.
It is private, though.
Well, I would, if I could politely make a suggestion to you, I don't want to seem
Sure.
incalcitrant or rude or abusive, but I mean, if you really believe that, I would call 911. Probably your best bet.
What is the purpose of this right now?
I'm working.
Okay, but what is the goal here?
Well, I don't like this.
Would you like me to call the police? Is that
No,
is that the
I'm just
goal?
saying, no, not at all. I prefer it if you, I mean, I don't want this to sound rude because you've been awesome and all that, but I'd prefer it if you guys just, politely leave me alone and I'll finish my work and then I'll
But
be out here.
what is your work, though?
And I can't really get into that right now.
Okay, then you understand the conflict here, because you're walking around people's personal vehicles parked in a private lot.
In a public lot.
It's not a public lot. That lot right there, this group of 10 parking spots right here, is the public lot. This is the private lot.
Well, this may be the designated location for public employees.
This is a permitted parking only.
Yeah, well, I'm not a car.
That's fine. You're still trespassing in the lot.
What
This
would
is
indicate
private
that I'm trespassing?
That is an employee parking lot.
Really? So when I walked in over there where there's absolutely zero signage, in other words, bereft of signage, there
Okay.
is nothing in any universe whatsoever in all of the languages combined to form Voltron that says this is restricted access, that it's employees only, that it's a sacred druidic cove or anything like that. It's just a public parking lot that pedestrians can go through. Now, I agree.
It's fine if you want to walk through,
Yeah, well, that's what
but
I'm-
you've stopped and you're filming and you're stopping. If you're walking straight through, I can deal with that. I can work with that.
Yeah,
But
well,
the
this
fact
is-
that you're tarrying and stopping is where the conflict is.
yeah. Well, this is mine. I own it.
You don't.
I do.
It's STA property.
Yeah, I own it. It's mine.
Do you want to go ahead and place a call to crime check?
Sure.
Just get the ball rolling.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're going to get anywhere. The fact that you're hiding your identity is also kind of a red flag.
Definitely
'Cause
hiding my identity.
if you believed you were completely in the right and you weren't just trying to antagonize, I feel like you'd be a little bit more forthcoming.
Really? So you know why I'm wearing this then?
No. All I have is the context clues right now.
When other men walk up to you and demand explanations for their own individual behavior, do you just immediately kowtow and respond to them as if they're
If
your...
I am someplace I know I probably shouldn't be, yes, I give them an explanation.
Yeah, I'm well beyond probably. I'm confident. In fact, I'm really confident this is where I'm supposed
Because
to
I'd also be very uncomfortable if you're coming up when I park my vehicle in a private parking lot that you're filming my vehicle.
Oh, fair enough. I would not call 911 then. I would call 011.
Why is that?
Well, 911's law enforcement, 011's feelings enforcement. So usually they send like some social workers out, HUD
All right.
patrol, that kind of stuff. So
So again, what is the purpose of this?
I'm working.
Okay, that's fine. Because it sounds like you're just trying to get a rise out of my officer over here.
No, actually, he's the one that confronted me. And in all fairness, by the way, really nice guy. Had a great
That's
conversation
good
with him. Super polite, super professional.
Okay.
Like literally the kind of guy you want to have be a security guard.
I appreciate that. And I will forward that to who needs to hear that.
You should.
But
now, between you and I don't think you're being abusive. I don't think that at all.
I just
you
think
are
you're
powerfully incorrect.
I don't think that's true.
Really incorrect.
Because you're on private property.
Well, I don't know how a public benefit transportation area.
Because it's not only public benefit.
Yeah, it is. This is all, if you look at the zoning for this place, it's all STA. STA is the name of the PBTA, which is found with its authority within RCW 36.57A. And that's why exactly if you go inside, as I did a moment ago before I came out here to finish my work, you don't go to a private location to get a public records request. You go to a public agency to get a public records request.
It's a privately owned public agency.
I don't know what ancient ritual magic you've cast to understand that's true.
In my job
how do you
description,
get a private public agency?
That is how it's privately owned, publicly funded.
Who owns it then?
Off the top of my head, I don't know. I'm a foot soldier, dude. I've been giving a statute of rules that I have to enforce, and I'm doing that.
Well, I mean, you are saying things. I will give you that. Those are words that were said. I'm just gonna continue on. I mean, if you want to hang out with me, I'm certainly not gonna grab one of the trucks over there and make a run for it. They're a little heavy, so. But I got to finish my work here. So, but if you want to hang out, man, it's no problem.
That's fine. You're fine to walk through the lot while we get a hold of them. The fenced off area.
Oh, I already went. I got to finish back in there, but I actually.
You're not going in there.
Oh, I totally am. If you come over
really
here
not.
if you come over here and see.
Stop.
Do you see the sign over here? I want to show you the sign.
Maintenance vehicles only?
Yeah. I'm not a GoBot or a Decepticon or an Autobot.
Okay, but you're still trespassing, brother.
No, it doesn't say no trespassing. It doesn't say authorized personnel
you need
only.
to stop.
Hold on. Hey.
You need to stop. You need to stop.
Listen, you seem like a nice enough guy. I don't want this to go the wrong way, okay?
You're the one making this going the wrong way.
No.
You're trespassing on private property, brother.
There is nothing at all that says that a person cannot be here. And also, you're contradicting yourself. You're saying, I wouldn't have a problem with you just walking through here.
Yeah.
Okay. Look, and I know this is going to sound...
By stopping and talking right now, you are breaking that.
Oh, no.
If you have to walk through here, if you want to skip through to get to Sharp quicker, I can work with that. Probably shouldn't do it because you're trespassing, but I can work with that.
Have you looked at Section 90 of RCW 9852? That's the trespass statute. So when you get to RCW
Off the top of my head, no.
Well, when you look at Section 90, it's titled Defenses Against Criminal Trespass.
Okay.
And those defenses against criminal trespass say clearly, if there is no restriction on access, of which there is none, there are no signs that say authorized personnel only, no trespassing, things like that. Actually, you know what? Hold on. I'll tell you one better. Before I go back into my area back there, come over here and I'm going to show you something. But then I am going to come back over here. Now, what I'd politely suggest is that you don't escalate this.
You're the one escalating
to a point where you make physical contact with me. Because if you make physical contact with me, then this will change significantly. And I don't think you want to go down that road, man. I'm just going to be honest.
Don't walk into me.
I'm just saying.
If you say you can walk through here, I'm perfectly in my rights to stop you from walking in. Nice.
We'll have to agree to disagree on that one. But here, I'm going to show you something that'll make a lot of sense to you here in just a second. What's that say?
No, I just want to leave right now.
Well, no,
if it gets to that point, then sure, we'll issue a trespass.
So, do you see that over there? Let's walk over there. I don't know if you got good eyes or bad eyes.
Right.
What does that say? There's two signs there.
No through pedestrian traffic for this section.
Yeah, exactly, right? It's
correct.
I think that's pretty
which is why I'm totally fine with you walking through here. What I can't have you do is filming private vehicles and...
Yeah, well, if it's a public area...
This isn't a public area.
You can... What makes you think that? Oh, that's right.
It's an employee parking lot.
You think it's a private public corporation, right?
Yes, that's how it's been described to me by my higher-ups.
You know, I can appreciate that. I can actually have a little sympathy for that kind of situation. And now, remember, I like to use, I'm very exact in what I say. So when I say things like stupid or ignorant, stupid means you're not a smart person. I don't think you're a stupid person. I think in this case,
Which I appreciate.
you might be ignorant of the actual facts. That's not a slight. That just means you're not aware of something.
I'm still trying to understand why we're doing this.
Because I got to finish my work here, but
What
now
is your work?
You're saying,
I'll be a lot more sympathetic and try to work with you if you actually give me some context.
yeah, but I just don't explain myself to other men.
That's a very weird stance to take.
Nah, I'm just, I like to just go about my freedom.
Which is fine, but
Yeah. Yeah, I really love freedom, like a lot. You have no idea how
I'm
much
all
I
for
love
freedom.
Yeah.
I'm also for people not prowling around my car when I'm working.
Well, if you look in the same 9A52, if you look for vehicle prowling in the first and second degree, the elements of that crime are in no way met, because prowling requires you to be in said vehicle, or whatever the moving vehicle is, whether it be a like a truck or a car or a RV or whatever. So that's very clear about vehicle prowling. When you look at trespass, if there were restrictions, now, like I said, I'm trying to be reasonable here, because I don't want this to go down the other road. So I'm really trying to help you here with this. So let's go over here for a second and check this out. Well, I'll show you the front gate. Let's play I Spy the thing that I don't see. I don't spy with my little eye. What?
So do you just go around looking for fenced off areas with no signage?
No, not at all. I go to areas where I can lawfully be present to do my work.
But what is your work?
Happy to tell you when I'm done here. Now, like I offered to this fine gentleman who's almost overabundantly polite. I mean, super nice guy. Give him more money. He needs to get promoted. Really nice guy. Really de-escalatory. I don't... so it's Schaefer. I don't think Schaefer would have escalated to the degree of looking to be violent like you did over there. I think I kind of get...
What part of my body language going like this was violent?
Because what you said following that was, if you move into me, but the problem is you're putting yourself in my path to prevent me from going somewhere.
We're both walking the same way in a public parking lot.
Now, as long as you don't impede my ability where I'm lawfully allowed to go. If you do that and then I run into you...
So you want me to control my speed around you?
No, what I'm asking you to do is just make sure that we don't make contact with one another.
Okay,
so if I go to go around
that's equally on you.
Well, no, because you can't impede me. Okay, that's false imprisonment.
Yes, let's play one of my favorite games. It's called, reading. Now, most public servants are incapable of this ancient and mystical practice. That's why they work in government jobs. Not all, just most. There are people out there that will glom onto the idea that unlawful imprisonment in Washington state means restraining someone means to completely abridge that movement. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Bless your incompetent heart. You see, when someone does that thing called reading, you come across the current version of the definition of restraint from the Washington State Pattern Jury Instructions. And it just so happens that it says the following, quote, A, knowingly restrained the movements of the victim in a manner that substantially interfered with his or her liberty, and B, knew that the restraint was without consent, end quote. Yeah, that's it. That's awkward and simple, which is why all of those lowbrow, sub-intellectual troglodytes that can't manage to read and comprehend basic words probably should go back and get hooked on phonics. Bless your heart.
Wasn't my intention at all.
Okay, fair enough. Then I think what we're doing is we're moving past any possible disagreement.
So I have my supervisor coming.
Okay, sure.
So we'll get another set of ears.
And I like to think, even though you and I having a little bit of a disagreement here, I like to think
you've
probably
been polite, a little bit snooty. To be fair.
To be fair,
you've been a little snooty,
Well,
but I can work with that. I have a sense of humor. We can work with that.
Fair enough. Yeah,
So-
I have some sardonicisms I love to throw out. I love to bandy those about. I like to harken back to the darker sardonic days of Shakespeare.
I'm all for banter.
Yeah,
I'm
fair
all
enough.
for banter.
But in all
you have
fairness,
to understand the pickle you're putting us in.
well, I'm not putting you in any pickle. I mean, if honestly you were looking at this, I completely disagree with your analysis on trespass. I'm going to confidently say you're incorrect. I don't mean to imply that you're a fool or dumb. I'm not saying that. I just think I don't believe. In fact, actually, hold on. There we go.
I want to say I find this incredibly fascinating information, by the way. Oh, you got... Well, that would be something handy to have.
You got to have it in my field. Okay, now if you look... Oh, by the way, if you're interested in the howling, it's in 100. But if you look at there we go. If you look at 70, section 70, 780, and then 90. So 90, 52, 70, 80, and 90. If you read those, 70's outside, 80's inside, and then 90 is the defenses against criminal trespass. So if it's open to the public at the time, which a public benefit transportation area is open to the public, I understand your belief is that this is a private public organization. You know,
So this is all contingent on the fact that there is no sign at this gate that says no trespassing.
well, it's contingent on there's multiple openings. There's 2 over there, there's 1 here, there's 1 over there. Actually, so there's 4. There's 4 of them around here. None of those access points say, well, actually, for example, if you go across the way to bay number 2 over there, there's a sign that clearly says no pedestrian access past this point. If I were to walk past that, you know, even though it's open,
We can agree that that would be trespassing.
absolutely,
Okay.
yeah, because you're saying
So
no pedestrian. Yeah.
I can see your point with the signage.
Yeah.
I
And
would
so-
like to see how they would like this handled. Because I can understand your point. It's the spirit of the law that I'm trying to get across to you. The fact that it's not marked, I get that. There's still a bunch of people's private property, vehicles.
Sure.
I wouldn't want someone I didn't know, whether their intentions were noble or not, to be walking around my stuff personally.
Sure.
I don't know if you'd feel that way.
Well,
You know what I mean?
I
Just
would-
because I don't know your intentions.
Sure, and I can appreciate that. And you know what?
I'll give this back to you.
Yeah, sure, you bet.
That's cool.
Did you want to take a look at it?
Oh no, I can.
Okay.
But I'm
Highly
We have
recommend.
those at the plaza. I think you have one in your desk.
Yeah, highly recommend
I would hope
carrying.
so.
Read it. It's good stuff. It really is. But
Because you have to, whether you agree with it or not, you have to kind of see our side here. There's an unknown individual that is wearing a mask, that has cameras. I don't know where that footage is going. I don't mind that you're filming me. But if you're filming people's license plate numbers, etc., that looks a little bit weird.
okay,
To the point where I would like to investigate. And the fact that you're not identifying your business is another kind of a red flag. So I'm like, I want to know what the intent is,
sure.
just so we can figure this out.
Now I want to.
Because I'm not trying to be rude.
I don't
I've been
think you are.
I've been given directives and I
think-
have to enforce. It's my job.
I understand. And that's why I was saying, I think from when we were talking about over there, I feel like I really can have some sympathy for this. And I don't want it to, I can be quite sarcastic at times, but I want to be clear, I'm not being sarcastic now.
We can all be. I get it.
I believe you have just been given incorrect information. Now, I don't know the motive behind that. It could have been an innocent mistake. It could be a misunderstanding, from your supervisor. I don't know, because I wasn't there and I don't have access to that information, right? I mean, and it could have been quite some time ago. You don't strike me as some evil villain that is looking to set upon the citizenry
That's
of
good. That means
of
my
the area.
cover's working.
Yes, exactly. Well done. But at the same time, while I can appreciate what you're saying regarding the spirit of the law, the problem is that the subjectivity of spirit clashes powerfully when it comes to the objectivity of true liberties and freedoms. And so then the conundrum we face is, should we therefore abide by the subjectivity of the spirit and in so doing abridge our liberties for the sake of social norms, or should we know where the bright red line is and go up to it without crossing over it? And the bright red line, to give an example, as I already did a moment ago, would be that sign over there that says no pedestrian traffic going through there. To me, that's a bright red line. If like all these gates were closed and there were signs that said authorized personnel only, and it's like, sweet, I got my Batman pole vault and I just pole vault over it, gonna be a little hard to
I'd
argue.
pay to watch. I'd walk you out after you did it, but I'd pay to watch. So,
Anyway, so yeah, that's basically where I'm coming from. Like I said, now, do you work for STA,
correct.
like yourself?
SCA.
Okay, and then you're a contract allied. Okay, all right. So you're a public employee. Who do you get your paycheck from?
Be from STA.
And STA is a public benefit transportation area. So you're a public employee.
It is very obscured with where all of the funding comes from. It is a confusion point amongst most people that aren't in it.
Yeah.
It is a private company.
That might be your
The supervisor.
All right. Now, does he like to start with tasers, or does he just go right for the handgun?
We have neither.
Okay.
As you can see, I have pepper spray.
All right.
We use our.
Well, security for STA. How the heck are you guys doing today?
Not too bad. About yourself.
Not too shabby. What's up?
You said your first name's Steve, right?
Yep.
Is that appropriate?
Yeah.
This is Steve.
Hey.
Copy that. My name is
How's it
Todd.
All right.
So, you are on private property.
What makes you think that?
I know that it's private property. It's owned by STA. So
this isn't a public benefit transportation area?
the area, yes. However,
So STA is found in RCW 36.57A? That's what a PBTA is?
not the facility itself, no.
So STA is a public agency, but the facility is private.
Yes.
Okay, who owns the facility?
STA.
And is STA a PBTA found in RCW 36.57A? It sure is. It's STA is just the name, the branding, if you will. Like, I'm sure you could have Chelan Transit Authority, right? Something like that. The agency can call itself whatever it wants, but the fact of the matter is that this agency, just like any other transit authority,
Careful with what you say to this guy. He's been posting everything on YouTube. Super famous.
wow, okay. Well,
Nice to meet you, Steve.
yeah, take care. Thanks. Is that a vote of
Hey, I
confidence?
appreciate you calling my kid stupid. Totally appreciate that. Thank you.
What kid did I call stupid? I literally did not call a single kid
Oh,
stupid.
you did. We watched your video.
Oh my gosh! Is your kid the one that was on the green cart? I did not call him stupid. You're gonna all of a sudden take the threat seriously that I parachuted in from North Korea and I left my RPGs behind, but I'm still attempting to infiltrate and take over the United States of America, starting with the Esmeralda Golf Course? I think you skipped Sardonicisms 101 in school. In fact, I think you may have skipped school. I made a euphemistic and sardonic joke, but I'd like to say I didn't actually with malice call him stupid. That's not true. But anyways, either way, what I'm trying to say is this. A transit authority is defined as a public benefit transportation area. That is defined in RCW 36.57A. There's no restriction to this public property. I understand you believe it's private. That's not correct. I'm willing to stand by and wait here peacefully if you want to call for SPD to come over. I would highly recommend that we not get a trespass warning, because that's not going to go well for the transit authority. This is public. Now, like I was telling Stretz, right? Stretz. Like I was telling Stretz, there are some clear indications that STA has already made as to what is public and private. In fact, I can show it to you right over here. If you look at Bay 2, there's a sign over there that says, like one over there, no pedestrian through traffic. Fair enough. I mean, that's really well marked. So if I went over to the Bay 2 and decided to go in and get photo, video, and audio of the buses inside that bay, I really wouldn't have much of a leg to stand on to say I had no idea that I wasn't allowed in there as a pedestrian. Well, because STA told me not to go in there as a pedestrian. But if you look over there, just on the other side of the gray boxes or whatever those are, there's a sign right near the fuel, the gas fuel tanks, pumping stations, that says no pedestrian through traffic. And that's why I didn't go through that area, because it's well marked. Now, as you can see, no fence, no signage. You go over there, there's an exit sign, but there's no signage over there. It says you can't come in here. The one over there says maintenance vehicles only, but that's obviously for vehicles. It's basically telling all the people in here, don't park your personally owned vehicle in the maintenance vehicle only area. But there's no restriction on pedestrians over there. And if you go around the corner, there's two open fence line openings that have no restriction to access to come onto here.
I see where you're going with that.
Yeah, it's all public. Yeah.
Okay.
And like I said, I'm just here working. I mean, I'm not gonna steal anything. I'm just working on my story today, and once I finish with my footage and everything, I'm out. I'm gathering with you working for STA as a public employee, because you're a public employee, right?
No.
Okay, so you work for a private agency. You're not a public employee.
No, I work for STA, which is a private company.
Well, it's in 3657A, and that one right there is...
It's a private company. It's publicly,
Well,
governmentally funded.
Yeah, I can appreciate that.
but
appreciate that.
It is private.
What's up?
What's going on, man?
Love that this guy is a reporter, but he doesn't identify himself. That he's covered and that he's sunglassed.
True. Now, you could ask me why I do that, but...
you're provoking people to
Not
get
at all.
views on your YouTube page.
Now, look, I can...
That's what's going on.
I can appreciate
That's what
that's
you
your
did with
perspective.
my kid, and I don't appreciate it. I'm a Navy Gold Star parent.
Okay.
Do you know what that means?
I do.
Really? Do you know what it means?
Sir, look.
Do you know what it
I'm
means?
not answering your questions anymore. You're escalating.
Do
Stop.
you know what it means?
You're escalating. Stop. I'm not talking to you.
Am I escalating?
Okay, you are. You're getting aggravated. You're raising your voice.
Yeah,
You're
because
freaking
you
out.
went after my kid.
Look, sir.
And I don't appreciate
If
that.
your kid was the one in the green cart, I had the conversation I had with an adult, and for the most part, he handled himself pretty reasonably. But you know what? He also doesn't get to do? Just like the rest of the people there, like Captain Crazy, who apparently loves to tell people to go have
When you're walking
relationships
into the
with
building-
children.
When you're walking into the building.
What building did I walk into?
Yeah. You should see the video. I'll
Look,
send it
there
to
is
you.
nothing in there.
It's
Watch it.
ridiculous that you're doing this.
No, sir, you are free with your First Amendment to say
know
whatever
what?
you want, okay? But you're
Get your
wrong.
views.
You're wrong.
Get your views.
You're wrong.
That's exactly what you're doing.
The best thing for you to do is walk
your
away.
views.
That's the best thing for you to do. Okay? That's the best thing for you to do right now. Okay?
Best thing.
You understand? That is the best thing.
Sounds like a threat.
That's the best thing to do. I'm trying to have a conversation with this public employee right here. This has nothing to do with you. Now, if you want to have a de-escalated regular conversation, I'm happy to do that, but it doesn't sound like you want to do that. Anyway, so what is it Bales? Ballas, okay. So what I'm trying to say is I'm just here to finish my work. I understand you think you're a private employee. I feel 100% confident that when you read RCW 36.57A, which is a PBTA, the brand name for this agency just happens to be Spokane Transit Authority. That's all it is. They could change it tomorrow and call it, you know, the Eastern Washington Best Transit Authority in the Universe agency. They could make up whatever name they want, but it's still a public agency. I am working on a story about the agency. That's all I'm doing. When I initially went in, I was trying to get a public records request done. You can't make a public records request at a private agency, right? Like if I went to Amazon, for example, they don't have to hand over any records because it's a private company, right? But if you come here to do a public records request, the only reason I can get public records is because I'm going to a public agency. So that's my only point. So if you guys want to hang out, I have no nefarious intents. I'm not looking to do any bad stuff. I just want to finish getting my video and photograph, which I probably only have about another 5 minutes. If you want to hang out and tag along with me while I do it, it's public space. You can certainly do that as well. That's all I'm looking to do. So, all right. All right, cool. I'm just going to head on over here. Like I said, if you want to tag along, I mean, I'm more than, okay, fair enough. Well, that's awkward that I ran across that guy's dad. I don't think my lighthearted joking is that serious of an offense, but I get it. He's his dad, and, you know, I wouldn't probably be happy if that was the situation too, and I can understand his protectiveness, so I don't hold it against him. I mean, he's getting a little escalated, but, you know, not that bad. So I'm just going to finish getting my photo and video over here. It looks like SPD is not going to show up, so, you know. If you guys got SPD on the way, I'm more than happy to wait, but if you don't, then I've got all my photo and video. But like I said, I don't want them to think I'm on the lam running to Canada or something to start more forest fires up there.
SPD, it was not on the way. We wanted to make
They're
sure
not on the way.
we
Fair
just wanted
enough.
to let them know something might happen. You know how it is.
Yeah, I get it.
So
Yeah, you're
everything-
doing your job as security. I don't take any. I don't take any umbrage to that. You've been amazingly polite and wonderful the entire time, so I appreciate that.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Sir, if you want to have a polite conversation, I'm willing to have it with you. If you don't want to, I can appreciate that, and I can appreciate and respect you standing up for your son. But he's also an adult. But if you want to talk about it, I'm good to do so. If not, I'm gonna head out.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, fair enough.
It's ridiculous what you're doing. It
Well,
really
I
is.
think you're largely ignorant of exactly what I do. I think you've taken it personally, and I appreciate why. Okay.
No, I don't
But-
think you I don't think you even have remotely an understanding of how I feel about my children, especially after losing one.
Well, you're right. I can't.
No, you don't have any idea.
Sure, I have
So
no
the
idea.
fact that I had to see that trash, ridiculous.
Well, look, I'm going to
And
say this.
you have
the
to
fact
pay
of the
on the
matter
golf
is,
course.
if another adult attempts to impede my liberties to do the work that I'm doing, I'm not going to put up with it. I don't care if it's your son or you or him or anyone over here or all of you or the mayor or the president. I don't care. I will go up to the line of what my freedoms allow. I'm not going to make any excuses or apologies for it. If you want to have an understanding of what I do as a journalist, I'm happy to explain that. But you're taking one instance and you're trying to act like you know something, like you're Nostradamus, when the fact of the matter is you're just sitting here like the Lord of Ignorance, coming to conclusions that you know nothing about.
And
nothing.
Again, you're just over here instigating like you have it every single place. Instigating every single time.
You mean like when I proved that the office of the governor for the last...
why are you even masked? Why are you even sunglassed?
I'm happy to answer that question if you're going to be reasonable.
Let me hear it.
Fair enough. Okay, so there are a few reasons, 3, that I actually wear this mask. First and foremost, started 4 years ago, so go back to 2022. That fool slob of a troglodyte, go ahead and guess his name, Jay Inslee, yes! That fool had the temerity, the audacity to tell you and them and me and everyone else that we had to wear certain clothes. And if we didn't, we might be criminally or civilly punished for it. You know, as an old school kind of an American, because I'm a lot older than you, I don't like to be told what to do, and I don't get told what to do. So you know what I do instead? I did the exact opposite when he said, you can stop wearing it. Well, you know what? The Lord of, moral laws or whatever, I'm just going to tell him I'm going to actually wear it now. Now, the second reason is fusion centers. If you don't know what that is, you should probably Google that. Fusion centers are federally operated intelligence centers that the state operates along with and contributes a certain amount of money to. Fusion centers gather and collate particular and only specific kinds of encounters that law enforcement have with certain people. It's not all of them, it's a very small cross-section. However, you cannot use the Public Records Act or the Freedom of Information Act, either for the FBI or the state of Washington, to get any of those documents. So what they're allowed to do is they're able to come up with narratives and keep them as intelligence, and you're never able to see what it is. And it actually causes significant civil damage to Americans, quantifiable damage, like citizens not being able to get onto a plane because they mistake Adam with Steve. And then all of a sudden what happens? They can't get on planes, they can't get on trains because they've misidentified the motives, interests, or identity of an individual. And you have no way to reasonably, feasibly defend yourself against that. And the third one is associated with number 1, which is just mocking this ridiculous state government. This government is such full of trash that they love to tell you that your Fourth Amendment is garbage. They love to tell you that you can have a First Amendment as long as you do what you're told and use it the way that we want you to use it. And yeah, there's uncomfortable situations that come about. But actually, going back to your son, even though there was a moment where I was like, how could he possibly come to this conclusion? The reality is, of all of them that day, he was a pretty reasonable public servant for the most part. I don't think he passed flawlessly by any means. Now his coworker, Captain Crazy, who likes to tell grown adults to go have relationships with small people in an unlawful way, that guy is the one that needs to get fired. He should be out of a job. He should never be working for a government agency ever again. And I was there, if you watched the whole story, I don't know if you did. The reason I went there was to look into maintenance issues, of which actually I didn't see any. I went there to look into the theft issues, which actually I think it was your son that confirmed that there were some theft issues, because at that point I think I put in the video, ding, tip confirmed. Okay, sure.
Okay. We have people break in here every night. Shit goes missing. You're walking around with a camera, videoing equipment.
They have theft issues there. And you know what's actually important to a lot of Spokane residents? I'm sure probably you to some degree or another as well. All citizens of this state at different cities and counties and different levels of government and municipalities and districts are tired of their money being wasted and spent in ways that cause inflation to go up. And that's why as a state we're $16.8 billion in debt right now. And so Bobby and his gang of goons and the troglodytes like Jay Inslee and his rest of criminal gang members love going around and abusing your tax dollars, yours, mine, everyone else, and our liberties. So that is why I do what I do. I've confirmed stories where the office of the governor has been committing Records Act felonies for, checking my felony watch, 34 years. And the state treasurer for, 52. So that's good. Those were my stories. Let's see, how about the Shannon McMenemy story of the general counsel of Bellevue?
Time out. So if you're investigating theft, all that stuff, what makes you think that as a reporter,
Yeah.
it's a good idea to walk onto somewhere where you're actually supposed to pay. All masked up, sunglasses, hat up. Like, what makes you think that that's a wonderful idea, filming all that stuff? What I almost feel like maybe you're scoping out our cars, you're scoping out the golf course.
Okay.
All that fun stuff.
Sure.
But you know, you probably don't, because you got millions of views on your YouTube page and you have plenty of money, and this is what you do, is just get people irritated so you get those clicks, because that's really your job.
Look,
that's really your job.
I've already explained partly what I do on the macro level. If you want to know about the golf course specifically, like why did I go into a quote area I wasn't allowed to go into, just like I showed these fine gentlemen right here just a moment ago. If you look at the trespass statute in Washington State, it makes it really clear. That point of access that I went on and through was completely open to the public. Now, did I go onto the green? Never went onto the green. And if you look at Spokane Municipal Code, SMC 12.06A.040, it makes it clear the context is about not paying for a service that relates to what that place is about. There is no service on a maintenance road. There is no service at the maintenance shop. There is no service for me getting photos.
Though, I don't think that you're doing.
All right, fair enough. Look, look, if nothing else, I appreciate you listening to it, so can't do anything else about it. You guys have a good rest of your day. I'm done getting all my photo and video. You guys take care. Stretz it was. I appreciate the conversation and how it ended and it turning out reasonable. So thank you for your time. You guys have a good day. Take care. All right, well, Spokane Police Department's not going to show up. I mean, obviously that makes sense. Why would they do that? I'm going to head out. I just didn't want them to think I was jumping out of here. I can appreciate where the guy's coming from. I don't agree with it at all. Like I said, if you look at the range of stories that I've covered, there is a ton of them where, all of them, where I have worked on these stories where there is some issue that is important to the locals that reach out to me. What frustrates these people is that I'm not abiding by the, quote, regular rules of the press. I don't care about the regular rules of the press. I don't care about the local small news agencies or the medium-sized ones or the big ones. I don't work there. I don't own them. I don't operate them. I don't care. I operate my company the way I want to operate my company because I'm in charge. Now, if people don't like my media, they don't like my news, they don't like my stories, then I would assume they're not going to appear and watch those stories. So, yeah, I mean, look, it is awkward and it's an uncomfortable situation for some of these people, and I can completely respect and appreciate that father coming to his son's defense. And it's tragic, and I truly mean that he's gone through what he has with his family, and I wish that upon no one in any way whatsoever. That does not mean that I need to abridge my liberties and not pursue these stories and say the things that I did. What's that? Sorry, I couldn't hear you. What's it?
Are you one of those First Amendment auditors?
I'm inland auditing media. I was the one out at the golf course the other day.
Oh, awesome. Dude, I see videos like yours all the time.
Oh. Well, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe then. Take care, man. Have a good day. Bye.